Hello, everyone, and welcome to Star Wars Alliance podcast. Today, we are reviewing a new episode of Star Wars Rebels called Blood Sisters. Now, let me tell you, I'm really am starting to get bored of Star Wars Rebels. I've noticed this in the last recent episodes because I feel like lots of these episodes have been filler, have not been stuff we really want to see. And I thought with this episode, it would have been real good because we get a Sabine episode. But no. What do you think of this episode, Nick?
I would agree with you because I'm kind of losing hope for Rebels.
Yeah, I mean, he had good starting episodes with Rex,
And
with Ahsoka. And the
with
first,
Ahsoka,
the season
yeah.
2 premiere was amazing. I love
We
it.
had Darth Vader, of course. He's the one who just saved season 2, of course, with
Oh, yeah, I
him
agree.
being in it.
Now, let me go into my first big problem with this episode. Ezra should have not been in this episode
Yeah,
whatsoever.
whatsoever, because he's kind of like a distraction to the Sabine.
He was a distraction. He was just there to provide more plot development, or not plot development, more information out of Sabine, and
And why was she alone, etc.
yeah, and her friend. Yeah, that whole thing's like, you're alone with doing
Yeah,
this, doing that. It was just
yeah,
exposition.
and
There's no need for you to keep on doing that.
You're just getting nippy as hell.
I
Honestly,
know.
I was gonna turn off that episode because Ezra was just being so nippy that I cannot stand it at all.
What I hate the writers with this episode is they made Ezra an idiot throughout this whole
Yeah,
episode. I mean,
basically.
okay, we understand Ezra needs to be the goofball. I understand that, but he feels like in this episode they write him like a idiot, a moron. He doesn't get anything. Oh, you talking about me? And stands there for a while. Goes, oh,
Yeah,
it's like
and also he's
it
trying to get
doesn't.
Sabine to love, trying to get more information out of Sabine so that he can talk more with her, etc. And try because Ezra kind of fancies Sabine in a way.
Yeah, we know Ezra likes Sabine. But the thing is, how they did in this episode, they just made Ezra very dumb, stupid, and he never. I understand that Ezra is the goofball kid, that is the typical, goofball kid doesn't know what he's doing so much. But the thing is, though, they handled that, I think, pretty nicely in season 1 and in the beginning of season 2, just a bit. But this one is like, no, we're just making him a dumb boy idiot like we do with every show, almost. And like I said too, that whole explanation with Sabine being alone is we never got that whatsoever. We never saw any of that in season 1 or in season 2 episodes we have seen of Ezra. I'm not Ezra. Sabine eating alone, being alone, training alone. I've never seen this.
Exactly. So he's kind of putting some lies, in there.
Well, no, it's just that they were trying to figure out a way to tell Sabine's story, but not doing it in a very good way, which they did. They should have showed off that first in the beginning of this episode.
Yeah,
Then Ezra can maybe talk about it a bit.
or maybe at the beginning, like a flashback or something like that, to try and pull the audience why Ezra was talking all about this in the first place.
Yeah, or like I said, Ezra should not have been in this episode. He should have did his own mission, and we should have just
Yeah.
focused on Sabine because I am a fan of Sabine. We know this. I'm a fan of Sabine. I want to know more about her backstory because it's interesting to be part of the Imperial. What was it?
Army.
Imperial
Art.
Army? No, I don't.
No, cadets.
Cadets.
Period cadets, was it?
Well, she
Yeah.
was part of the Imperial force. She was training for being a Imperial soldier, basically. Academy. There we go. Imperial Academy. And I was interested in her backstory here, but things of how they told it, how they tried to give explanation of her backstory was not very well done.
Yeah, and I don't like it. In this picture here, what you got up in the very 1st scene, I don't really like how Ezra's copying Sabine.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you just see like his helmet and Sabine's helmet, and you're like, Ezra, stop copying Sabine. Like honestly,
yeah. Now, here's now we'll get into this episode, of course, more, which we'll start talking about the new character, Sabine's old friend from the academy, how they dream to be part of the Black Sun. See, now that's the other thing too. It's like you want to be part of the Imperial Academy, then after that you
but
say you want to be part of the Black Sun.
yeah,
I'm guessing there's some point in the Imperial Academy where they thought this is not right. Let's work for the Black Sun. She left her for dead. The thing is, that's interesting. But had they told it, was not that good. And personally, I think the actress who they got for this character here, I don't think she's that well good. I think her voice is just too soft of a badass woman character. I'm sorry,
yeah,
I didn't got this when I was watching the episode. I didn't got this feeling that oh yeah, these two know each other. These two know lots of like bad times, you know. And plus, too, is like if you left someone for dead, I think
why do
you'll
you
be
come back? Why would you hunt them down?
yeah. But here's the
Like
thing, though, is I think you'd be a little bit more pissed off than going,
yeah,
"Oh, it's in the past. You're my friend, blood sisters." Oh,
let's just forget it. Like how can you forget someone where the person who you're with left you for dead? I mean, I would have forgive them
I
if
just
I
see somebody put. I was reading some comments of this episode. Somebody put a good point. Somebody says in these late episodes you can we see the Disney-fied stuff coming through, and I
yeah.
agree because if this was the Clone Wars show, you will maybe see some sass going on between the two a lot more, you know, and you will definitely maybe see a punch or two between them. But nope, nope, friends. It's
We're just suddenly friends again, and like they're just going, "How's your day been?" and yada
yeah.
yada yada.
At least they got the Black Sun right. They are ruthless and whatnot.
Yep.
And I really do like that because
What
one of
was the
my
Black
favorite.
Sun again?
If you
Or
have what Braxton was introduced in one of the best comics ever, Star Wars: Shadows of the Empire. Braxton is basically a planet, you saw them in the Clone Wars show. You saw them
oh
with
yeah.
Darth Maul with these green
Oh yeah
people.
yeah
Remember in that table scene where Shaw Press cuts off all of their heads?
yeah. I get what you mean now.
Yeah, basically they're high privilege organization. Think of rich people who are criminal in the criminal underworld, basically.
Yeah.
But basically, I do like they bring him more back to Black Sun, and the thing is though, it's just I was not interested in this character. The look is okay. Actually, it's I don't really care for it, but I mean it's nice, but still. But okay, so let's go on to the episode a bit more here. So
So
Sabine,
base
you
Sabine
want to go?
and
Okay,
yeah sure. Sabine and what was the other bounty hunter's name?
I forgot her name. I see. That's why I don't. I just watched the episode too. I'm
Yeah.
not joking. I'm not joking. Before we do this review, I just watched the episode 10 minutes ago, and I've not remember her name twice, and I've
Yeah,
not
me
remember
too.
her name.
I mean, I watched it this morning when I just woke up, and you know, I didn't think they said her name. I'm not too
No,
sure.
they did. They did. It's just that I just can't remember it because I don't think she's that good of a character, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and they're trying to find this droid who docked from Coruscant. I think they said.
The long way. It's a long way from Coruscant. I think that's what they
Yeah,
said. But basically,
and
that's to
then
keep tone because this droid they have to deliver this droid to
to Alderaan.
again to Alderaan. No, a long way to Alderaan. There we go.
Yeah,
But they have
that
to
was a
deliver
really
it to
tough.
Senator Organa basically because it holds some information. But this bounty hunter comes to get that information for a bounty, and of course, Sabine knows her and whatnot and all of that. But the Empire comes in and you know basically stops the whole thing.
Yeah, they're planning on doing a Wild West though, which will be really awesome to
Yeah,
see if
and
that actually happened.
yeah, and you heard the music tones to it too, which is
Yeah,
okay because Star Wars is a western. But
yeah,
what part of a western? But basically, though, this was a nice scene. And then after that, of course, Sabine leaves. And then Ezra gets left behind because he accidentally falls out the door, which I'm okay with because, like I said, I thought Ezra should have not been in this episode whatsoever. And then we got some good stuff with the bounty hunter of the stormtroopers, but as we see, the stormtroopers are very weak. You know, they're not. See this. I understand that we want to make stormtroopers a joke because that's how we always done. It's like they can never hit anything and whatnot. But when you're doing the movie and you know all of this, don't try to make them a joke. Try to make them more better. I mean, God's sakes, they're not starting to become like the battle droids. They're starting to become laughable, and that's not what you want to do to make this empire. See, here's the thing: it's like in this episode too, they talk about how you cannot stop the empire. Well, if one person takes down eight stormtroopers, you know, with no weapons whatsoever, it's like you're really not proving your case here.
I'm plus two. I'm plus two. We saw in episode 6 that Luke destroyed the whole empire, or not destroyed the whole empire, like the rebels destroyed the whole empire, and they won the battle.
For that time period.
Yeah, for that time period. But in Star Wars Rebels, it's just getting to the Empire stage. How nobody can defeat the Empire at this point of time.
Yes, yeah, that's the thing, is that you need to show that the Empire is ruthless still, and that's what I got from the first season of, not the first season, but the first episode of season 2,
Yeah.
But I'm not getting that anymore, and I'm just starting to go, please stop making them a joke. Yes, in the fandom, we love to make jokes of them, saying how they're like the red shirts from Star Trek, but don't do that in the show itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now let's continue on. So basically now, the Panther got Sabine trapped and whatnot, and saying, hey, give me the droid or else you would die. And of course, Chopper, during all of this attacking, escapes out the door, the Bounty Hunter brass, and stops all her weapons.
Chopper was like more funny in this episode, to be honest, because when he got flown off the the ship, he went over to Kitsu's, that's his bounty hunter named Kitsu. I just searched that up there just now. So Chopper went over to her ship and just destroyed the main turrets, and like Chopper waved to Sabine, and Sabine was trying to give Chopper time to do that.
Yeah, and of course, Ketsu, you said?
Yep, Ketsu.
Yeah, Ketsu here, now gets to your face. Ketsu, basically grabs Chopper, saying, hey, I got your droid, basically, and now they're making a tray here, and this is the scene where we're talking about their backstory, which was very nice, but it does feel like no anger. Sabine doesn't show anger. I mean, she said herself, right? I'm not. Hold on. Wait a minute. Is my ears deaf though? Because I saw in an episode, I heard that Sabine said she left her for dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, can you show a little bit more anger? Can you show a little bit more like fu to Ketzel here a bit? It just, I don't know. It just, I don't like this character. I don't like how they did this episode. It feels like this episode should have been 2 parts.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a little bit more of her backstory a bit, give her more time. See, that's why I said, if Erso's not in this episode, I bet you would have had a lot more time with Ketzel and Sabine and more of the backstory, and not like we're forcing it to like, oh, hey, Sabine's a loner. Look, see how many times Ezra says how she does stuff alone,
like eat alone, shoot alone, etc.
It's just that I just don't think that they did not know how to do this episode right. They just rushed it out there, or something went wrong because it's not that good. So now basically the Empire comes. They have Finger of a Way now to escape, to help each other, because now they're friends again.
Yep, that's the Destiny way. Just make friends and just become friends again. And this bit here, so basically what happened, the Empire comes, and the funny thing too is that they Kit and Sabine went on to Kitsu's ship, and to get the explosive, and they placed the explosive explosives all around the ship to buy them time because the Empire was about to open fire until Sabine says the hyperdrive is malfunctioning, etc.
Yeah, I yeah. So basically, they decided to blow up the ship to escape. Basically, basically that's what happens. The Empire tractor beams basically the ship towards them. The bombs go off, destroyed some of the Empire's I don't know what you call it, but basically makes their ship not usable at that time. They escape, and after that, basically they say, "Oh, so nice to see you again. We're friends again. I hope we'll still be friends. I hope that they did this. It's just money, That's all it is." And
Yeah,
that's just the thing too. Here's the thing. That's what makes me pissed off about this episode. I'm sorry if I'm real mad, but I just had to point this out here.
yeah,
She was willing to kill Sabine over the droid, and now she goes, it's all about money. No worries. It's like, what the fuck? Do you not know how to write a character, or did some other new writer come in and say, "Oh, let's Disneyfy this shit"? Literally, it's like her mindset was changed in like 20 minutes, without even a real, because they've been separated for some time. We know this.
yeah.
We know that they have their own now different um ideas and whatnot, So it's like, you're going to change your ideas, you're going to change your ways because it's a friend that that you left dead. It's like, I don't know.
Like they just forgot about it like in 1 minute.
It's a good point that I really do like old friends hate each other reuniting. I do like that, but how quick it was done, it was unbelievable. It was not that well done to me. Like I said, if it was a two-part episode, you could, like, in the first part, show off the rivalry, and then the second part, do a nice, like, we're back together again, I hope we're still friends, see you around type of thing. Perfectly fine. You give us enough material, enough time to soak that all in. But with this, you only give us 22 minutes. Actually, no, less than that because of Ezra. And it's this rush character, rush episode of Sabine's backstory. I'm hoping we get a better, like, flashback of, her time in the Imperial Academy.
Yeah,
It's
that
just,
that may be like in next couple episodes. Who knows?
yeah. And plus, too, in the last episode with the B-Wing, I mean, that was an okay episode, but you can definitely tell there's some Disney stuff. There's like Hera talking about, "Oh, I've always imagined looking up in the sky, flying planes, and I'm saying this out of nowhere to a stranger who I don't know, in this type of voice." It's like, it's really, that comment's true. I think the later episodes here are really starting to become Disney-fied.
Yeah,
This is what I was afraid of. They're making characters too Disney-ish. And I said too, Ezra too makes some dumb stuff at the end of this episode too. It's just, I'm hoping the next episodes get better. I'm hoping too all these episodes are worth watching the fight between Ahsoka and Vader. We better get a real good Ahsoka arc too in these episodes. I really want
yeah.
something good with Ezra, Kanan, and Ahsoka and Sabine. You
We're
know,
meant we're meant to be getting like Ezra's parents episode.
and that better be a real good deep episode, because you
Yeah.
really need to show lots of good emotions. I don't want it to be like this episode where it's just a one episode thing, very quick, very done, boom, that's it. I really hope
Mhm.
it's not like that. So I talk a lot in this episode. I'm really sorry about that, Nick. Let me give you
It's
some of
fine.
the floor. Tell me what was your positives. Let me hear the positives from you.
It was just horrible.
Not even no positives whatsoever.
No, it was just horrible altogether because Ezra was just in that
Mm-hmm.
when he should not be. So
Yeah. Like I said, there was some good stuff. You get some good action stuff there. I did like some of the new backstory stuff. It was just rushed too much, and the design of Kessel's ship is nice. But
Mm,
other than that, and her helmet is nice too. I really do like her helmet too. But other than that, though, there's nothing I really did enjoy from this episode. And when I do buy this box set, Blu-ray box set, if I ever do, this episode I will skip if they don't come back to it later. It's not a very good episode in my opinion.
yeah, I would
So,
agree with you there.
mhm. So what's going to be your overall rating though of this episode?
I would give it a 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. I want to give it a 4 out of 10 too, but I don't know why. It's just when I was just watching this whole episode, there's no real big smile on my face. There's no enjoyment to it. So because of that, I have to give it a 3 out of 10. And like I said, tell us what you think, guys. Too of Star Wars Rebels. Do you think we're being too hard on this episode? Or do you agree with us that yeah, Rebels has dropped the ball in these past episodes lately, or just with this episode? Let us know. I just want to know if we're the only ones who think of this way, or it's with every Star Wars
Yeah.
fan who's watching
Now,
episodes.
now, if Rebels is starting to get boring, we may stop doing our reviews for Rebels.
You know what? I hate saying that, but kind of true. I literally did not really want to do this review after watching the episode because I just didn't care. I just didn't
Yeah.
care. But I had to talk about it because we're here to review the thing we love the most, Star Wars. And with the good comes the bad. And this is unfortunately a bad episode, in my opinion. Let's just hope they pick up the pace better with the next episode. It looks to be a good episode, the next one. So that is our review of Blood Sisters for Star Wars Rebels. It was a disappointing episode. I'm
Yep.
hoping Rebels picks up the pace here soon. And yeah. Anything more you want to say about this episode, Nick, or we're all good?
We're all good. That was just a horrible episode. Just saying.
So, may the Force be with you, my friends, and stay tuned to Star Wars Alliance broadcast.